ます記憶目の獣が闇の中嘲笑うよ巡る石の中そばにいて白き人よ輝きをもたらして今すぐにこの渇きを潤してこの目に映るものこの日の真夏の影の空には中心に鍵をつけよう遥かな時を越えたあなたの命を愛した今夜だけは譲れない
Very cool. All right. So, how's it going, everybody? I'm doing tonight. For those of you who missed the previous streams, you know what? I'm gonna upload the VODs pretty soon. You'll see them on my YouTube channel, so you'll get all that kind of stuff eventually. What I do every Tuesday, if there's anybody new here, is you know, I do arcade mode or story mode of fighting games. Typically, it ends up being arcade mode because a lot of these older ones, you know, there's the story was all done by the endings, and because the story was done by the endings, we have to just play through the whole game, and kind of it's an experience. You guys haven't played old school fighting games one player mode on like the hardest difficulty? You, it is something else, something else. And that's usually what I make a point to do. I usually go and try and make it the hardest difficulty. You can see here we're actually playing on difficulty 5. Melty Blood's not that hard, but the hardest part of Melty Blood is going to be what we're doing in this here, which will be G Akia. You'll see that in a bit. Yeah, this game's pretty different from a lot of the other ones. What we're going to be doing tonight is I'm just going to be kind of just reading the whole mode. It's actually pretty long for the story mode. We're going to be here for a good solid 3.5 hours. But I'm going to do it in all one big chunk. When I upload it to YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the final ending, and then I'm going to upload the joke and final joke ending. And I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to make it in sort of like a choose your own adventure path in a separate way. That way people can see all the endings and stuff like that. It'll be pretty neat. Yeah, in the meantime, you know, I'm going to be talking a lot because there's a lot of dialogue, and I'm going to be reading all of it out loud. So let me get my energy drink started here. Tonight, I've got Bang. Bang has been my go-to. My go-to energy drink. I've been liking this brand a lot more. This one particularly is a peach mango. Bang, you know, I've been going to it more because it's actually been giving me enough more energy than my regular go-to, which has been NOS. But it's also, it seems to work a lot better than like Rockstar and the other. So if I really need to pick me up, I'll go to Bang. But yeah. Hope you guys are ready, because I'm ready, right? Let's get this started. Beginning of August. Traffic density 5 cars per hour. Daily estimate of approximately 100 people using electric railways. Temperature 38 degrees centigrade. This summer. The humid weather makes it painful to breathe. Someone said we looked like fish in a tank, gasping for breath. I heard that as I passed by on the street. I had to laugh to myself. A fish in a tank gasping for breath? True, a fish out of water will suffocate, but not fish in a tank, like us surrounded by moisture. And then I thought about it a little more. A fish left all alone. It drifts motionless to the top, belly up. The water stagnates. It grows dark with algae. The dead fish opens and closes its mouth. Ah, that's what they meant. Yes, those words describe this summer perfectly. The roasting air feels like you could hold it in your hand. Impossible to see more than 10 meters ahead. Even though it's the middle of the day, no one's around. Silence of abandoned ruins hangs over the town. In the streets, there are even the shadows of cars. You can sleep in the middle of the road without any worries. Like I'm walking through the ruins of an ancient city lost beneath the sea. What they said about the fish was dead on. I, Chikitono, aimlessly drift through this bright darkness. A strange summer. Not that no one's here, it's just that no one's on the streets. Platforms by the trains are empty. All that passes by are the trains full of people. On the other hand, you can see where the people are if you look carefully. Inside the department stores, things are as busy as ever. The cafes are as full as any other day. It's only outside that looks empty and abandoned. A normal summer day inside the buildings. Right. Everyone is inside. It isn't because it's so hot outside, rather, that rumor is the cause. Did you hear? There was another murder in the park yesterday. You mean that rumored vampire serial killer? I guess it hasn't ended yet. I hear voices discussing the same story yet again. The sound of the voices behind me, a group of girls eagerly sharing the latest gossip as they walk. Hey. I turn around to talk to them about it. There's no one there. City is abandoned. As if the voices were just the wind, those girls passing by were just a mirage. Maybe those girls, I was also just a mirage as I passed by. I realized my legs brought me to the park. No one here either. Only the silence of deep night. Perhaps this is what they mean by midnight sun. That, like before? All those murders? Killer who murdered all those women for no reason? I know, he's back. I heard they found bodies ripped apart in an alley. Voices catch me and I turn around. Schoolboys hazy in the light of the midnight sun fade away. That is the reason why Shikitono walks through the town alone. When did all these rumors start to spread throughout town? They say the murderer is back. They say the victims die from blood loss. They say the killer is a vampire, death itself. The incidents from 1 year ago had almost been forgotten, but I know it isn't possible for that vampire to have returned. That killer died, and no other vampires have appeared. But that hasn't stopped the rumors from spreading. All across the city, they hear the stories, the body count rising with each telling. Yesterday, it was the park. Today, it's the alley. Will it be the school tomorrow? The body count is still rising. More and more people believe in the rumors, until no one will go out at night. This is exactly what happened 1 year ago. A suffocating heat. The town where traffic has ceased. But the strangest thing is, there are no strange murders this time. Just the rumors. I feel dizzy. Not surprising since I've been walking all over town since morning. My parched throat wants a drink from the machine, but it seems I don't have my wallet. Ah, man. Just don't have any luck these days. I complain softly, but it's true. That phrase seems to be popular this summer. Actually, everyone I pass seems to be saying that. Bad luck. I feel so uneasy. Only bad things happen. Heading in a bad direction. Accidents just keep happening. Like the time my foot slipped on the stairs, or when I accidentally saw Hisui changing and Akia and Kohaku kept teasing me. Or that misunderstanding with Arcoid where she got so upset. Or when I broke that dish Senpai liked so much. So much unhappiness in each little thing. The heat makes it hard to think, but maybe there's nothing strange about it at all. Other people are having bad luck too. Then again, it seems to skip over the faultless Arkoid, the calm and composed Seal Senpai, the perfectionist Akira, and cleaning master Hisui. Then in other words, is just all these coincidences give me such a bad feeling? Notice he didn't mention Kohaku in there. Is it not coincidence, but inevitability? Eh? Again, the words of someone passing by. I sense someone turn around beside me. Excuse me. A girl I've never seen before bows curtly, walks away. That's rare. A foreigner. Well, not exactly rare. After all, Arkoid and Seal Senpai are both foreigners. The hair on the back of my neck starts to stand on end. Stop walking and try to think why. After a few minutes, it hits me. Oh, is that it? Simple, really. I started wandering the town like this 2 days ago. That girl is the first person I've seen clearly. Dizzy again. Probably because I've been standing in the heat too long. You know, it's true. This summer is like a bad dream. Hologram summer, night on the blood lyre. Program number 6 error. Severing contact with Shikitono, successfully withdrew ether light from his brain while passing by, had moved to a sufficient distance. Strange. Did I fail? Shikitono had a strange expression on his face when he saw me. I don't think anyone can detect a filament only a micron thick. Oh, is that it? Shikitono spoke those ambiguous words and sat down beside a flower bed. He was probably dizzy. His data indicates that he is not in favorable health. You know what? Someday you may grow up to be a bad dream. This is the alley. No sign of anyone being here for at least a week. This is where Shikitono entered into his contract with the true ancestor Arkoid, and thus fought with Chaos. Shikitono's mystic eyes of death perception allow him to see the lifespan, the end of existence for any object. Here he first met the true ancestor, Arkoid Brunstead. No, it really was their second meeting. The first time Shikitono was a dangerous killer, ruled by his taste for death, who barged into her plans. Yes, according to memory files I can read, Shikitono was normally a kind-hearted individual. Side note, that was actually a really cool event in Tsukihime when he first met Arkoid. Like, complete 180 in the storyline. Pretty cool stuff. Check out Tsukihime. The people who are doing this, actually, the Mirror Moon is this group. They actually did a full translation of not just Tsukihime, but the sequel, Kogetsu Toya. And you can read that whole thing too from Mirror Moon. I'll give a little bit of snippets as we're going through of things that might be relevant, but just the first meeting between Shiki and Arkoid is really cool. Really great, interesting interaction there. However, homicidal impulses may emerge. He cannot be classified as harmless. Able to perceive an existence as death, Shikitono can dismantle anything using his knife. He's the only one who can kill the immortal true ancestors. True ancestors. Legend which has been handed down through the ages and never fades. Vampires. Destroyed by the light of the sun, the living dead which drink the blood of others in exchange for immortality. In the beginning of the vampire race, the true ancestors. Humans whose blood was sucked by the true ancestors become blood-drinking monsters themselves. Those who became vampires because of the true ancestors are called dead apostles. Most vampires today fall in this subspecies of dead apostles. The oldest and most powerful of these are called the 27 ancestors. Nero, one of the 27 ancestors, was annihilated here. Shortly thereafter, the Serpent of Akashi, who had his blood sucked by an ancestor, had his cycle of reincarnation ended here. Number 10 of the 27 ancestors, Nero Chaos. Unnumbered, the Serpent of Akashi, Michael Roa Valdemjong. Even the Knights of the Church were unable to defeat the two of them. Did no one predict they would meet their end in this far east country? No. There was one person who predicted it. There was one person who saw the possibility of the outcome. It wasn't a very detailed prediction. His equations formulated that the ancestor will fall to ruin in this land. The ancestor has fallen, but the true ancestor still remains. Of course, the agent of the church is still watching, and other factors continue to interfere with further calculations. The power structure of the country Japan is different than ours. There are peculiar rules followed in the island country. One of those rules is to let demons take care of demons. The ones unifying the demons in this area is the Tono family. The current head's mixed blood resulted in abilities closely resembling the vampiric race. Akia Tono. I'm interested in her as well, but he and the true ancestor are my primary concern. There's no time left. I spent too much time observing this place. If it escapes this time, there may not be a second chance. 3 years ago, that vampire escaped the hands of the church. I will destroy it this time with my own hands. There are several days until the full moon. As much as I do not wish to admit it, I'm going to fight with calculations that do not guarantee victory. A sad thing for an alchemist at the Atlas Academy to say. However, it's not too late. 3 years ago, after that failed vampire hunt, I left the Atlas Academy. The Magi Association has cast its feelers far and wide to search for me, a deserter, and bring me back. Fleeing them has taken a toll on my mind and body, which have already begun to fail. All the same, I made it. There is still the possibility I will accomplish my goal. I must hurry. I have only one purpose, to exterminate that vampire. The infliction of a vampire's desecration of a human body, and a vampire whose roots spread here in this town. Because I must remove both of them, Here we go. Chapter 1. Meeting and Return. Enter. Alright. In between each chapter is a perfect time. Let me drink some water. Of course I believe in you, Lexi. You too can be, what was it, a serial killer? Oh no, a bad dream. You too can be a bad dream if you work hard at it. Shion Eltnam Sokaris, hereby decreed as candidate for Academy Director. The grim face of the university president reading the edict. The students and the teachers look at each other, wide-eyed. Unhushed whispers rise, and hundreds of eyes face me. Surprise? I'm astonished. I never would have thought it. Blame? Unforgivable. Denial? I can't believe it. Other words I can't make out, blending together into sounds as arcane as the syllables of a spell. Henceforth, Shion Eltnam will be Shion Eltnam Atlasia. She'll be accorded the privileges and respect of an instructor, and have the same status as ambassador at large. The words of the university president are absolute. Not just because of the authority of his position, but because the words make it clear it is a command. There is no protest from the audience, only more glares directed at me. Not as though I've suddenly changed. Of all those gathered in the Great Hall, only the university president and I seem calm. As for everyone else, the students and even the teachers are dumbfounded with surprise. I suppose it is natural. I am now Shion Eltnam and Lasia. Those given the name of Atlas are chosen to represent this academy. No one guessed that out of all the students and faculty, it would be an Eltnam. Of course I was calm. Not that I was informed beforehand I would be given the name Atlasia. Simply that among the Atlas Association, I was the only one with the requisite power. Instead of being surprised, it was rather natural to be bored. Just what has changed in my life since then? I do not look any different in the mirror. I was in Eltnam, a once noble house. The others treated me with contempt. I excelled as a student to erase a sin of my ancestor. The others wanted only to have me removed. As long as I was the top student in the class, all they could do was ignore me. Once I became Atlaska, I had the power to remove them. They were afraid of my retribution. They probably believed I would treat them in the same manner they treated me. They did not want to receive any contempt. I am a noble. The blood of the sinner Eltnam runs through me, but I am not ruled by my emotions. In the first place, I do not feel any emotions towards them anyway. If they wish to distance me, then I will keep them distant. That will not change from before. I do not need anyone, so I do not need to associate with them. I already had the needed laboratory, so I just continued to excel in my studies. It was 8 years ago. What was correct? What was mistaken? Even now, I don't really know for certain. Not good. Already this late. I opened my eyes. Was it because I was so exhausted? I saw a meaningless dream. No, because I was dreaming, you could say I was not completely exhausted. If my mind were truly burdened, I would not have seen anything. Probably because of the overexertion during the day, there's something wrong with this much heat. I had heard that Japanese summers were hot, but I had not thought it would be this bad. The heat shining back from this town is too strong even for me, a child of the desert. I thought I would sleep through the heat of the day, but it seems I could not control the time of my awakening. A cold night. Must have slept too long? Whatever the case, confusion is for certain. Not sleeping properly and not ordering all this information is setting myself up for failure. Before that, is confirm where the next incident will occur. As long as I can move, I must finish the preparations. Fortunately, I have data on this town I downloaded from Shikitono. I can find the source of all these incidents without needlessly roaming. Come to think of it, Shikitono. Securing him is also a priority. It is before midnight. There are 3 possible routes he will take. It should be easy enough to determine his current location. Then, all that's left is this. I come to an unfamiliar clearing, a small clearing apart from the office buildings. Until a short while ago, everything was another large city park, but it now transitions into private property. Wow, from down here it really looks impressive. I looked at the building under construction. I hear the monumental architecture would be finished next spring. Nobody seems to be sure exactly what it's going to be, but it's something important. I've heard everything from a big department store to the corporate office of a powerful electronics company. The area around it is also being landscaped. You don't have to go this far. The land all around the building is perfectly flat like a mirror. The name of the building, Shrine, may be appropriate, but it's going to be a little too far. Well, I hold my breath and scan the area, no sign of anyone else around. Of course, there are less and less people as night falls, thanks to the rumors of the vampire murders starting up again, but I can understand why no one would be in the park or the back alley, but this place is empty of people for another reason. After all, this is private property. The only people around would be trespassing, so why should I expect to see anybody? And then, I suddenly get assailed by nausea. My fingers are numb and my throat is parched. My pulse quickens, feeling like poison creeps from the back of my brain. Without even realizing it, my right hand reaches into my pocket and soundlessly takes out my knife. This sensation. I felt these chills so many times before. Am I just disposed to this? Before I meet up with something unworldly, I always get assailed by this sensation. I sense someone. Someone standing right behind me. Spider sense. Someone, a human? On this private property where no one should be. A faint chill, and the vampire has returned. But something feels a little different. Are my reactions weak? It simply feels different from usual, a discomfort that indicates the presence of an outsider. Well, show yourself. Hello, is someone there? I speak with my knife hidden behind my back. And then... Good evening. Do you have business with me? Even though it was all so sudden, the girl speaks so calmly. Huh? Seeing her, I was startled. That distinctive dress and hat, definitely a foreign look. I'm almost afraid to say it, but she looks really cute. What is it? Oh, well, no, nothing really. Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. Sorry to be so rude. You do not have to apologize, but that is not the way to greet someone, is it? Her tone is so smooth. Now she mentions it, it makes total sense. Lately I seem to be off kilter. You're right. It's a little late, but good evening. Yes, nice to meet you. So what are you doing here? Are you looking for something at this hour? Yeah, something like that. What about you? You couldn't have not heard about how dangerous it is at night. Oh, right. If she's a foreigner, she wouldn't have heard the rumors circulating this town. Since she's probably just sightseeing, she wouldn't know anything about the vampire murders last year either. It's nothing. I don't know why you're here, but it's better to not hang around places where no one's around. You never know what might happen. Just stares at me. It's only natural. There's no way she can understand me if I keep suddenly blurting out all this stuff. No, you cannot say I don't know what will happen. Whatever shape he takes, the vampire will appear. Even you are patrolling in order to find him, are you not? Shiki Tonho? What? You could say we're looking for the same thing, Shiki Tonho, although our reasons are very different. She speaks devoid of any expression. Those chills return. Pain in my temples like a stabbing needle. An irregularity like you throws the equation out of balance. Unless I move quickly to root out any problems, the results this time will also be undesirable. Her arm swings forth. I hear an unfamiliar click. She holds a black gun in her hand. Please, resist if you wish. My name is Shion Elton Lasia. Your freedom now belongs to me. And with that, she jumps towards me. This foreign girl I'd never met before attacks me with almost unspeakable speed. Okay, final path requires me to lose to Shion Eltnam. So I gotta lose here. In the meantime, I am taking questions about the game and stuff like that, if anyone has any questions. Kinda screwed around here. It's interesting the way that dodge works in this game too, because you have to backdash twice for that. You saw that? He has 2 different backdash animations.
Round 2. Fight.
All right. She's still going. There we go.
終了感します
Battle finished. 4th, 6th thought process is halted. Results compiled. Your choices in combat are rated at merely 70. Even if you possess the ability to inflict instant death, your tactics are still easily predicted. Damn. What do you want? I do not intend to harm you any further. Did you not notice something different? Your intuition was correct. Just as you felt, my method of fighting is entirely different from those you have faced before. You must stop resisting. I have no interest in taking your life. I require you in my calculations, so if you do not resist, you will not be hurt. Hey, don't touch people's heads like that. Please calm down. Did I not say I would not harm you? All I did was connect my ether light to your brain. Huh? Connect to my brain? What the heck? The artificial nervous system called ether light. In terms you can understand, a filament only 1 micron thick. Think of it as a thread you cannot see using the naked eye. No way. I do feel something strange in my temple, but that... Yes. Upon contact with your skin, it seeks out your nerves and fuses with them. The maximum range is 5,000 meters. It is a simple matter for it to fill your entire body. No further explanation is needed to understand, correct? I have hacked your mind and body. From now on, I will control your action. I assume there are no objections, Shiki Tonho? No objections? Like hell there aren't, you idiot! I don't know who you are. Well, are you crazy? Rude. I'm trying to hold a civilized conversation. Shiki, please correct yourself. Correct myself? Are you stupid? First you attack me and now you want to control me? If you're sane, then that makes me the crazy one. Seriously, you're as ridiculously random as Arcoid. No, you're even worse of a random bastard. Random? You are calling me random? How superficial your knowledge must be for you to proclaim the actions of an alchemist like myself as random? No, to use the term random so senselessly is evidence of your probability. Yes, as you say, I cannot but think that you are the one who has gone crazy. Huh? Correct yourself. I am Shion Elton Medlasia, an alchemist at the Atlas Academy, where all knowledge is accumulated and stored. What an insult! No one who can match my speed of thought and rational knowledge acquisition. Do you understand, Shiki Tono? I'm not a man, but a woman. In your rough terms, you should not call me a random bastard, but a whore. Let me warn you. Is your behavior not unnatural? Gather information from the past year from you. All you've done is proceed from one engagement of low victory probability to another. So amazing. It is enough to almost make one cry. Shiki Tono has been able to survive this long. It can only be a miracle. Whoa. Back to the main topic. Shiki Tono, I'll have your cooperation with my research. I respect your right to choose, but please do not consider refusing. He really doesn't like being called random. I now have control of most of your nerves. If you disobey, I may be forced to hurt you. Yeah, well, what do you mean? Do you not understand? I'm saying I will fry your nerves if you do not listen. I have no qualms about sending electricity along this ether light to fry your brain. Stupid, in that case, all I have to do is cut it. I may not be able to see it with the naked eye, but if I take off my glasses, I advise against it. If you cut the ether light, your entire body will burn. The ether light is now a part of your nervous system. Yes, while this may not be effective against the true ancestor, it is quite effective against humans. Before nerve damage ensues, you will probably die from the pain. What? Just now, what did you... I read your thoughts. Etherlight is connected to your brain, so no matter what you think, I can read it. Well, I am able to read subjects and verbs minus the conjugations. That's amazing. Then this... Why do I always get involved in things like this? Do not misunderstand me. I do not intend to force you. Our goals are the same, so I propose a mutual relationship to achieve our objectives. Work together to achieve our objectives. Yes. Our goals overlap somewhat. Otherwise, we would not be negotiating like this. Speak for yourself. You can't call this negotiation. I only chose the method with the best chance of success. This was the most suitable method to achieve your cooperation. Well, you must be well rested by now. My method of fighting is to chip away the opponent's fighting strength, not like the method of chipping away the opponent's body that you all employ. You got a point. If it wasn't for that strange string, I would have run away by now. I do not mind. Once connected, it cannot be removed except by me. Wherever you go, it will follow. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, what's this about us cooperating? It is as it sounds. Have you changed your mind? You were disparaging me earlier, so for you to listen to me attentively now, all I can do is listen, right? And, well, your methods are a little rough, but you've been polite, so I guess I can hear you out. You didn't finish me off, and you do seem sincerely interested in talking it over. And, well, you don't seem like a bad person. I did not attack you while you were down because you might have used a very strong counterattack. But if you wish to view it that way, it is just as well. It is meaningless for me to offer another point of view. Then I will be concise. My goal is to discover a cure for vampirism. I wish to obtain data from the vampires in this area, such as a member of the True Ancestors, the origin of the Dead Apostle. True Ancestor? You mean Arcoid? Yes. She's the last of the True Ancestors. Correction, there may still exist some lower members of the True Ancestors, but what I need is the data of the True Ancestor royalty from Arcoid Brunstead. Data from Arcoid. You want to make her into a guinea pig or something? Of course not. You of all people know full well that is not possible. I seek only the aid of the True Ancestor. I wish to examine her blood, body, and fluids to understand more about the vampiric impulse. If possible, I would like a full week, but that may be more difficult than finding a cure. If she does help me, it would only be because you are cooperating with me. Why do you think she would help me if I'm with you? That is because you are the one of the True Ancestor is the most interested in. At any rate, I wish to approach vampirism from a medical standpoint. Consequently, I need data from many vampires. Once bitten by vampires, people become no longer human. Till now, it has been impossible to save them. I challenge that impossibility. It has to be in line with your goals, because you know someone who became a vampire. What is it? Nothing, really. You just have a way with words. I am pleased at your correct evaluation. What makes you say that? Oh, nothing. But the next time you speak so lightly of her, I'll have no choice but to fight you. Certainly, I was not considerate enough. What I said was not good. It's fine. You say your goal is to cure vampirism, and it's alright. It definitely is something I see as very important. Then you will help me, Shikitono. Yeah, but I really don't get you. You knew so much about me, you should have known talking it over from the beginning would have been fine. You said that if you said that was your goal, I wouldn't have refused. So it seems. I was mistaken. I did not have a complete understanding of you. However, this may be for the best. Verbal promises are one thing, but if you do not put a high priority on our cooperation, I have means of ensuring you listen to me. Yeah, loser must obey the winner, right? That's fine. But I'm not exactly swimming in free time. I have my own reasons for walking around late at night. Searching for the rumored vampire. I've not said anything about that, but I also have an interest in finding it. You know about that vampire? Yes. Upon arriving here, I heard the rumors. The atmosphere in this town is strange, and I knew something unusual was going on. I see. An outsider like you thinks that way, then that rumored vampire probably does exist. I cannot say that is absolutely true, but the True Ancestor seems to be pursuing it. It is her responsibility to dispose of dead apostles. You cannot turn a blind eye towards any in the town he lives in. You even know about Arcoid hiding her whereabouts? You are thinking it now about how she is evading you because she is worried over you and wants to settle it herself. So if we find the rumored vampire, we should find the True Ancestor. At that time, she may listen to me if you ask her to. I see. That's why you want my help? Yes. I wish for you to mediate our negotiations. For the time being, that is your first priority. I You see, pretty simple, but saying for the time being makes me a little uneasy. But of course, you even said before that the loser has to obey the winner. Because I defeated you, I have the right to use you. Is that unsatisfactory? Yes, but I'll keep quiet. Since you're looking for the rumored vampire, I won't be doing anything different. I'll help you out until we find Arcoid. Very prudent. After concluding negotiations and business with the true ancestor, I will leave this country. Staying in one place too long is dangerous. As for negotiation, that will be my problem. If negotiations break down, I will remove the ether light. Is that acceptable, Shikitono? Yeah, no complaints, but what do you want me to do? Help her to see things your way? No. If I need you to, I will let you know. All you have to do is ask her to listen to me. See. Then lead on, my lady. First is investigating in town. I'm unfamiliar with the area, so I ask you to direct us. Milady. Part C, here we go. Chapter 2. Alchemist of Atlas. Extra Alchemist. It's time for a break. Ugh, more water. That is how our patrol began. So you are different from the Magi Senpai was talking about. I'm different from the majority of Magi. There are factions of Magi associations that guide the practice of rituals and the revelation of knowledge. Please, think of alchemists as not practicing rituals, but discovering them. Discover? You mean like making new magic? Most types of magic are already identified, but we discover new methods. As the name alchemist implies, we try to create precious metals from base metals, for example. Ah, that makes sense now. Like making gold out of lead. Yes, but that refers to the Central Association of Alchemists. I'm part of a different organization of alchemists, the Atlas Academy. We have no interest in the transmutation of elements. See. There's even different kinds of alchemists. Not kinds, but factions. They're considered somewhat heretics. Among the three main branches of the Magi Association, Atlas is considered somewhat of a tumor. Ah, that word again. Is Atlas a place? Place? Yes, there is an association based on an academy located in the Atlas Mountains. The Magi of London call it the Pit. Well, it is surrounded only by desert, so it may not be too inaccurate. Desert? Then where are you from? It is said to be a land where much magic originates, but simply is a place with a lot of history. We speak of these mysterious and complicated things as we patrol. She isn't wordy, but she isn't closed-mouthed either. In fact, she answers most of my questions and asks me some in return. She doesn't start any unnecessary conversation, but if it is necessary, she goes really deep in detail. This girl just loves to talk. You have any other questions? Oh, I was just wondering what kind of studying your alchemy involves. Human research. You could say it is more science than alchemy. Human research? You mean not magic or sorcery? Yes. The alchemists of Atlas were originally a gathering of those with little magic ability, due to having a small number of magic circuits. They decided for themselves to take a completely natural approach, and proceed forward as humans to achieve their goals. The result of that is the present Atlas Academy. We use above all else our own intellect to make a blueprint for the future. Make the future. It goes without saying that the future is not something that occurs, but is something that is made. With the ingredients of the present day, we make the future for better or worse. We analyze these ingredients to measure the future. We dramatically shift probability to make a perfect model from the ingredients. Magic circuits are paths connected to the root, called the One. Magi use these to bring their ideal future closer. However, those of us with mere magic circuits must rely only upon our intellect to make that ideal future. To make an ideal future, that means those of the past, they failed. At some point, the alchemists of Atlas stopped predicting the future, and devoted themselves to excel at making various things. Another view has it that at some point, an academy director constructed a weapon to deny and resist the answer that was discovered. But as a student, it is not something that I know of. What? You mean you all... Now we craft weapons. But our foundation is a fusion of rituals and science. You can say the alchemists of Atlas specialize in those techniques. Oh, like the ether light you have. The ether light is a technique handed down in the Eltnam family. The foundation techniques of Atlas are thought acceleration and thought partition. After that, acceleration and conversion alchemy is acquired. Thought acceleration just means thinking really fast, but thought partition is, as the name implies, the alchemists of Atlas are able to partition their thoughts to form multiple thought processes. Think of it this way, normal people have only one room in their brain, so they can focus on only one thought. Thought partitioning adds partitions inside the one room to create multiple rooms. Alchemists of Atlas must be able to partition their thoughts into 3 rooms, and 5 is on the level of a genius. It is said there was an academy director in the past who was able to achieve 8. It's like having 2 or 3 calculators in your head. That is meaningless. There may be multiple thought processes, only one goal. While the multiple thought processes work on differing problem sets, they work together to generate one overall solution. If it was simple calculation, would not current machines be on the same level? Rather, it is for problem solving, so nothing else even compares. Wow, then you're incredibly smart. Right, I remember thinking no matter what I did, you were reading my moves. I already simulated all of your patterns. It was only logical that you were defeated. Any situation can change within a second. It's like a wire diagram showing all possibilities. From this sea of possibilities, we calculate the most likely outcome of events and act according to that outcome. Consequently, events occur in that same manner. We do not see the future in combat, but are simply one step ahead. The possibility for defeat still lay everywhere in our previous fight. Incorrectly choosing a branch of possibility would render everything useless. You acted completely outside of predictive behavior, out of whim like you normally do, would not have been surprising if I lost. But that is the nature of using thought acceleration and thought partitioning. Oh, that's pretty amazing. It did feel that way. If there is no predicted future with victory, the alchemists of Atlas will not fight. Between you and I, you are undoubtedly superior at fighting. Therefore, I have to use alternative methods to obtain victory. For us, fighting is assembling the proper ingredients ahead of time. However, that only makes us equal. Neither strong physically nor in magic, we predict the future to steer it away from the worst outcome. We invest everything in guiding events towards a single opportunity where the future can be reversed. We fight not the enemy, but our own minds. We can trust only ourselves and wager our lives on a moment of thought. That is the way of the alchemists of Atlas. Wow. All this talk of calculation and prediction makes it almost sound like gambling. That is not mistaken. That is very close to what we do. Those who gamble must wager calmly while still being very passionate. I see, that's how it is. While we talk, we pass by the most prominent part of town. It's been 2 hours since we started walking. The whole time the town was very quiet and we passed by no one. There's none of the frying heat from during the day. The night town is quite cool and suitable for walking. There's no one in the police box. They may be on patrol, but we have not come across them. Yeah, that's right. Now that you mention it, patrols are meaningless if you do not meet anyone. Well, maybe that's a good thing. A good thing? What do you mean? Well, if someone saw us, we'd make a strange pair. Don't we stand out a lot? Stand out. We do. We? Dressed strangely like that, if some policeman saw you, he would start to ask questions. Questions? She starts to look at her clothes strangely with her head tilted to the side. I knew it. She really does think that her appearance is normal. Perhaps I look strange? Yeah, you really stand out. She seems a little dissatisfied. We will deal with that when the time comes. If I am asked questions, I will just have to lie. Okay. So if asked, I'll say you're my friend, so make sure you match that story. We seem to have made our way back. Our feet have returned us to the tall skyscraper. And Cheeky. Behind me, she suddenly starts calling my name. Eh? Please call me Shion. If we are friends, we must match the way we call each other. Shion says that and just stands in the road. Alright. Well then, Shion, shall we head back? Yes. I was thinking the same thing. My patrol with Shion ends uneventfully. Without saying why, Shion says we will patrol once more tomorrow. Tomorrow at the same time, here. Saying just that, Shion left. Until she removes this weird ether light, I have no choice but to stay with her. Well, in the first place, even if she didn't coerce me, I'd probably go patrolling with her, so it isn't like I'm doing anything different. That night, the air was maddeningly hot. It happened in a mountain village. That small village that seemed frozen in time happened. It started with a legend. Old story about a woman from another town who had triplets. It was an unfortunate story, as there were 2 stillbirths. Certainly, the baby drank the blood of its brothers, became a vampire, and brought evil to the town. An eternal curse. The unwritten law permeated the village without notice. In the words of this country, Atari. In any case, the legend became real. The child grew up and became a vampire. Of course, fearing the curse, the villagers executed the child before that could happen. Three days later, the town was annihilated by the vampire. The dispatched knights of the church were also annihilated. I run and run and run. I run out along the mountain path. I run until dawn. But there is no way out. The curse rebounded on itself. I curse myself. I cannot escape from myself. And before my eyes, something black as night. Dawn is too far away. The vampire who could exist for only one night drank the town dry. The legend became real. The curse proved itself real by bringing complete destruction to those who brought it into being. Hot. It is unnaturally hot and there's no wind. Even though I'm used to the desert, I cannot bear the heat of this country. My throat is incredibly dry. Is it because I slept outside? My skin has become very dry, almost like a shell. Water. I want water. My mouth runs without thought as my mind starts to awaken. Right. At this time, of course, it would be at its worst. It is noon. Last night I parted with Shiki and slept here. I've been asleep for around 8 hours. Overslept. It is dulling my mind. Rubbing my pained temples, take a deep breath. Amazing. Even though I said intellect is our only weapon, Shiki still does not understand. In the first place, I doubt how much he listened to our conversation last night. Well, certainly is no need for him to understand, but to explain it, first explain it to yourself. Even if I have no more ties to Atlas, I will still be an alchemist my entire life. Thought acceleration is our magic. Fast thinking is only a prerequisite. Thought acceleration itself is applying that ability to multi-expansion diagrams. And furthermore, superior alchemists must have multiple sectors in their brains. If thought acceleration is proof of an alchemist, then the number of sectors is proof of their facilities. Through thought partition, a superior alchemist can create between 3 and 5 rooms. I gave the example of dividing one thought into rooms to Shiki, but that would be the limit of a strictly average alchemist. Superior alchemists may perform first-order tetrations of their thought into rooms. These rooms are synergistic. 4 thought partitions allow 256 thought processes. But that does not simply mean 256 alchemist calculations can be achieved. The 256 accelerated intelligences do not work independently, constantly cycle through the same goal. The pinnacle of alchemy is creating a miracle. That is the magic of alchemy. We are weak, our bodies are hereditarily frail, and our magic circuits are below average. The source of alchemy as derived by our ancestors is different from what we practice. Seeking to avoid the final end, we created various weapons. However, the truth is, all we do now is make weapons to protect ourselves. Not for results, just to make weapons. Consequently, our academy has only one rule. Nothing's forbidden except the release of creation secrets. Do not associate with Atlas. That was a line from the Central Association. Before we knew it, we were treated as a tolerated cancer. We do nothing. We are the Magi who descend into the pit solely to create phenomenal weapons. Our exposure would be nothing less than tearing open the seal on every weapon we created and unleashing their destructive force on an unsuspecting world. That is why we were given our name, the Alchemists of Atlas, the name of the giant who silently supported the heavens. A fitting name for the clueless, secluded alchemists at the Atlas Academy. It is not very surprising to feel this way. I am still young, so I still have dreams. As years pass, I will no longer be able to see them. There is still time before nightfall. Perhaps I should gather some information. Shiki is helping me reach my goal, so I should also help him find the vampires. After all, he is my partner. Furthermore, he is the same age as I. It is strange, but I was never able to envision those of the same age as I until I left. In other words, I never knew what it was to be with someone my own age. With him being the opposite gender, it makes it even farther beyond my understanding. I've gathered enough data on Shiki. There is nothing I do not understand. Therefore, I can trust that he is helping me. The command to betray is not even present in his operating logic, so even without a contract, he could not betray me. That is why I have to match his efforts, at least just a little bit. I stand up as I speak this excuse. And then it occurs to me, is this not the first time I ever had to give an excuse? The appearance of the town has not changed. The streets are still empty. The heat radiates off them like smoke. Even though people pass me by, if I look behind me, no one is there. Only a strange emptiness. Hot. The clear sunlight melting everything white. I quickly enter a large building to draw information from the minds gathered there. My 2 names are Spirit Hacker and Shion Eltman. That is why I have this monofilament, ether light, to allow forceful intervention in the nervous system. Because the intent is not to destroy the mind, I cannot call it cracking. No, that is not right. That is not even necessary. I'm only gathering information about the vampire, which is... That is something I can find quickly. Tiredness will not go away. My throat is painfully dry, and my tired body creaks and groans in protest. I expel the air from my lungs. It is like breathing fire. I can't breathe. I feel slightly dizzy. If I do not rest, I do not sleep properly, I'll be defeated. I have 2 or 3 days left. But I can still take action. If I can move, I'm still alive. Still injured from last night's battle, but it won't slow me down. If I return to my hastily prepared bed, it will soon be night. Information collection ended easily enough. It does seem that most of the citizens have heard of the second coming of the vampire. But it's only thin rumor, not too different from the information that Shiki knows. All the same, no one denies the rumor. Even if the credibility is non-existent, it is a rumor accepted naturally. Everyone seems to feel something bad is going to happen. The emptiness of the town has crept into their hearts. The town will bake in the heat today, and probably tomorrow as well. The stage is set. The town under attack by fierce heat of record high temperatures. The spawning of strange paradoxes of unknown origin. Terrible ideas, ill omens, visits to the temple portend bad luck. Dreadful thoughts, feelings of misfortune, ill omens. Coincidence? The dark night where uneasiness fed by anxiety becomes reality. Even though not one murder has occurred, everyone says it happened, and the vampire has returned. And, during the deep night in the empty town, a lurking shadow which wanders the streets. Soon the moon will form a perfect circle in the sweltering night, which seems itself to be in agony. Until then, I must guide this loose rumor into a definite shape. Shion arrives according to schedule. You're right on time, Shiki. Yeah, I managed to sneak out of the mansion. Akio was acting strange and pacing back and forth in the lobby. Maybe she found out about me leaving at night. I do not think so. According to the data I took from you, Akio Tono does not seem to be the one to have such devious surveillance. Hey, that's exactly how it is. That is entirely your affair. It does not relate to me. More importantly, how are matters with the true ancestor? About that, I couldn't catch her. I left her a note in her room, so something may happen tomorrow. Because she's chasing the vampire out of worry for you, she may not come near you until everything is settled. There is a possibility we should consider. What if the rumored vampire is not the one from the last year, but is one who has been in this town since then? Shion, you... In the first place, the true ancestor is the strongest of the vampire race. It is stronger for her to live in a human town for a year without anything happening. Stranger, not stronger. Rereading. In the first place, the true ancestor is the strongest of the vampire race. It is stranger for her to live in a human town for a year without anything happening. That's wrong. Arkoid doesn't drink human blood. You just don't know that. Arkoid is not a vampire. You may say that, but that is what a true ancestor is. Would it not be strange for a vampire to return to this town while the true ancestor lived here? There must be a model for all these rumors. A model? Isn't that the incident from last year? That is not the model, but the origin. For this rumor to emerge, there had to have been an eyewitness. Putting aside what is true or false, does there not have to be some shadowy figure wandering the night on which to base these rumors? Beyond's a little hard to understand. Whether a rumor is true or not, the model for it has to have existed. The true ancestor is probably searching for that model now. It is good even if we just find the model. I can meet Arkoid and you can meet the rumored vampire. I think it is very simple. I see. Now that you say that, it does make sense. Doesn't it? Then let us begin patrolling. I collected information earlier today, so we can search the areas where the origin of the rumors is most likely to be. Next is the alley. That's a pretty bad place to be. It is better to say that the conditions are ripe for it to be the place. It is a dead space in town, so it is ideal for... Shion, what's wrong? Did something happen? Smell of blood. Shion brings a hand to her face, which is clearly resisting nausea. She may think it smells very thick, but I don't feel it at all. Maybe because I am somewhat desensitized to the smell. Simply able to distinguish between what is fake and what is real. That is the scent of artificial blood, somewhat fitting for this town. Where are you going, Shion? I chase after Shion. She enters the alley. It really does smell like blood. There's nothing different in the alley because of the rumors about this place. But the image of the blood-stained alley floats in my... What? Who's there? Something quick. Whatever was hiding in the shadows runs from the alley without a sound. In that instant, I see long hair fluttering in the air. It reaches far down to the back. Long, long red hair. Without a doubt, that is... Cheeky, follow! Yeah, got it. The town is silent. Only our footsteps echo in the air as we chase it. Nissan. Akiya, what are you doing here? That is my line. Lights out has long since passed, so what are you doing outside of the mansion? Akiya shakes visibly. Does she have something to hide? Her normal calm and cool manner is nowhere to be seen. What am I doing? I'm searching for the rumored vampire. I'm not doing anything bad, so that should suffice for explanation. Yes, that is certainly an easily understood explanation. Right, your turn. What are you doing out this late? I know it was a misunderstanding earlier, but what was that all about? No, I have nothing to hide. So, nothing. It's hard to explain, so I do not wish to. Akiya fidgets with her fingers. I don't know if that really was her in the alley. It's clear she's hiding something. Hey, if you're that suspicious, that I know something's going on. It's okay, so just say it. Shiki, we are wasting time. She does not seem inclined to tell us. And if she is possessed, she may not have any memory of it, so she may not be able to answer. Shion? What do you mean by possessed? Wait, who is that woman, Nissan? Who? Well, as I answer, chill runs through me. I don't know what happened to her disarray from earlier, but Akiya stares at me harder than usual. Akiya, she's... Yes, I understand, Nissan. Liar, you don't understand at all. Of course I trust you, Nissan. But what to do now? Walking around late at night with a girl? You can't complain even if you are misunderstood, can you? The Lady Akiya chooses a rather roundabout way of saying, I will not hear any excuses. This is pure intimidation. No, you have it wrong. There's a reason for this. Shiki, that is your sister, right? Yes, but please be quiet for a bit. I'm a little busy. That can wait until later. I wish to examine her, so please catch her. If she resists, you can use force. What are you saying, Shion? Aki isn't joking around, so please don't say such ridiculous things. Shiki, you know you have no right to refuse me. Yeah, I know, but I can't. Even if you fry my brain, I can't do that to her. What Aki will do to me will be far, far worse. It cannot be helped. Well, certainly I must show you how things stand at least once. Shion twitches her finger, and then my body starts to move on its own. Did I not say the ether light is connected to your nerves? This is its original purpose. Oh, stupid! Stop! This is a breach of human rights. This is heartless. Do you enjoy doing this to others? Don't think this is over, you idiot! Wonderful. Thanks to your insults, I do not feel guilty. Thank you for your help, Shiki. Oh, no way! No way, give me another chance! I decline. If you insult me like this again, I do not think I could be calm enough to continue. Shion's fingers move again. Totally controlled, Shiki Tono grabs his knife. Yeah, don't make me do this! I scream. Akiya! Oh shit, she's getting serious. With her red hair swirling, she smiles fearlessly. That is anger. Unbelievable anger. It is a great offense to the Lady Akiya for me to not refuse Shion's order to capture her. Oh? I do not quite know all the details, but... Oh, please just let me explain everything. It seems you are in dire need of a rough awakening, Nissan. Akiya cracks her knuckles. This isn't an awakening, it's a punishment. Alright, time to beat Akiya here. She's got 300% meter right from the get-go. Wow. Just jumped right into it. No! God. Oh, I tried to parry that. Oh my god. She just has infinite meter. Oh my, come on. No, no. Dead. Oh man. Ouch. Okay, this is gonna be a little hard. Ah, you got me. Okay, this goes to a different path, so I gotta restart. Okay, don't wake up next to her. Don't get close, she'll do her command grab.
Round 1 fight.
One round, here we go.
Round 2 fight.
There we go. With a crash, I knock Akiya down. Ah! I did it! Foolishly caught up in the moment, I begin to wonder if I might be able to repay her endless bullying like this. Gah, so it seems you really intend to dispose of me, Nissan? My high spirits fade away. Akiya still seems completely misunderstand the situation. No, you don't understand, Akiya. I don't want to fight you, but Shion just... I understand. I'm just a nuisance to you. Or we're not in the way the Tono family would pass to you as the eldest son. I'd hoped Kohaku's fears were unjustified. Wow, that Kohaku-san. Still messing around and spreading rumors for fun? But it won't be that easy, Nissan. If you want the Tono family, you will have to get through me first. With a chuckle like a battle cry, Akia turns and flees. Her destination is, of course, the Tono mansion. What are you waiting for, Shiki? Follow her. Shion, are you serious? I am serious. I do not know why, but I strongly feel we should follow that girl right now. Feeling, huh? That doesn't seem like you. Don't you usually base your actions on more precise information? You don't have to tell me that. That feeling was just a feeling. Now let's hurry up and chase her. With dashing footsteps, Shion runs off. You know, I'm beginning to get a bad feeling about this. Complaining won't do any good, as long as I'm connected to Shion's thread. I've no choice but to go along with her. Alright, down the rabbit hole, here we go. Chapter 3, what is this? Dead End Love Song. Love the Comic Sans in there. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. This is with Miyako, like Miyako's Path, right? You'll see some crazy stuff in this if you haven't seen it before. Alright. I get my little girl vibes going on here. The Tono Mansion's always so big. I think my house is big, but compared to here, I think it's just tiny. Go up on tiptoes to press the doorbell. After thinking a little bit, walking straight in is a bad idea. This is the enemy camp. If I'm not careful, I'll definitely get hurt. Whatever the school might think, today isn't a duel, so I'm not being cowardly. Anyway, if we're talking about cowardice, the people who've imprisoned Oni-chan here for so long are much worse. Ah, I can get in through here. Squeeze between the railings. Although my hand goes through easily, my cheek gets stuck. I messed up. Yeah, the school's right after all. Straightforward use of force is best. Should I bend the railings or jump over them? Tia! I punch the railings. Disappointed, the next round will certainly be jumping. As soon as my fingers stop hurting. Enemy's strength is 3 times greater than mine. I look up at the tall railings. A master would just be able to leap over these, no sweat. Yeah! Yes. Thinking is a weakness, so just act. I fall to the ground with a crash. Ow, 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 ow. I stand up, rubbing my butt. To my amazement, I see the wonderful mansion before me. Hey, that wasn't so hard. My eternal confusion helped out here too. The entrance has to be over there, right? I gradually edge over. Even though going in uninvited is wrong, I don't feel bad about it at all. After all, the people here are the bad ones. Oni-chan's my Oni-chan. I think it's weird for him to go off with a strange woman. After that, Oni-chan didn't come to eat watermelon in summer anymore. I spent so long taking out all the seeds so it'd be perfect to eat. This year, he didn't eat at the dojo with us. Oni-chan, I'm sure you've been locked up. Mother says this house is full of scary people. Huh? Wasn't Oni-chan who said that? Cautiously, I peek in through the window. In the castle-like entrance, there are 3 women. First one's Akia. Oni-chan says she's the strongest person in the household. I've met her loads of times. She's person I have to beat #1. The second one's Kohaku. Oni-chan says she's the craftiest person in the household. She seems to always be wearing a kimono. She has all sorts of medicine. It seems like she always manages to take the spoils for herself at the very end. When I got Grandpa Sogen to talk about it, he said something about her being a step away from human experimentation. When I asked what human experimentation was, Grandpa told me it's like what nurses do. I'm not sure why, but I feel she would be the most formidable enemy. A master can sense another master. Anyway, she's person I have to beat #2. The third one's Hisui. Oni-chan says she's the most determined person in the household. She doesn't look very strong. I'm sure she's built like iron. I'm not sure how my usual punch will do against her. Anyway, she's person I have to beat number 3. What are they talking about? The 3 of them seem to be arguing about something. Aki's shouting at Kohaku and Hisui. Hisui's shocked, and Kohaku's smiling. Now she's angry at them. The usually scary Akiya is even more scary. Huh? With a thump, the floor opens, and Akiya falls through. You planned this, didn't you, Kohaku? Thump. The floor is back to normal. Kohaku giggles. Yes, I was right. Kohaku will be the most formidable enemy. I have to play Miyako again later on, don't I? We return to the mansion. Why did things turn out like this? I don't understand very well. This seems to be a natural turn of events rather than because of Shion. But it's a big problem that I beat Akiya earlier, and I have to be crazy to pick a fight by coming back. Despite knowing that much, I had to come back to this place that drips with a certain atmosphere. Tono Akiya must be inside. Come on, Shiki. And Shion's personality has changed completely. Welcome back, Shiki-san. Oh, we have a guest. Izui's glare right there. It's just that glare. Kohaku and Hisui are in the lobby. There's no sign of Akiya. Also, for some reason, Hisui is glaring at me. I'm home. Sorry, but where's Akiya? Akiya-sama is not here. She was feeling tired, and so she went to bed. Wow, Hisui really is angry. Yes, Akiya-sama was unusually agitated, so I had to use just a little force to put her to sleep in a secret location. And that's a strangely uncouth Kohaku-san. I hate to ask, but did something happen? We have heard that you raised a hand against Akiya-sama. Furthermore, you have a questionable plot to take the position of Tono family head. Shiki-sama, this madness has gone too far. That's right, Shiki-san. I understand how you feel, but you mustn't have such an obvious plan. Taking over the position of Tono family head would be a lot of trouble, right? So isn't it much better to let Akiya-sama be the head and manipulate her from behind the scenes? Yes, that's my project. The perfect Tono house takeover plan. No, that was just a misunderstanding, but... Kohaku, didn't you just say something crazy? Shiki-sama, please do not be taken in by what Nissan is saying. Of course not. Shiki, these two are of no interest. Akiya Tono is our priority right now. But even if you say that, they say Akiya isn't here, so isn't it alright? No, Akiya Tono is in this mansion. Are those two not just sheltering her? Well, yeah, they are servants of the Tono family after all. That's just like what was said 5 minutes ago, you know? What was that? Yes? What is it, Shiki-san? It's my imagination? For a moment it seemed like Kohaku became some sort of magical girl. Something that definitely shouldn't happen in the real world. Shouldn't happen? Where's all this anxiety coming from? Huh? Speaking of which, haven't a lot of incredible things been happening? No, there's no basis for that, but... Anyway, I have no use for either of you. Shiki, let's find Akiya Tono. Please stop. If you are going to look for Akiya-sama, it would be rude to bring a guest. That's right! Even if you're planning a Tono house takeover, you have a rival. As Akiya-sama commands, we shall punish you here. Saying thus, the two strike a pose. Stupid, what are you saying? I get, but Shion doesn't understand jokes. If you keep on like this, she might really kill. But then again, somehow their posture has no openings. And why do I get the feeling that they're stronger than me? Do you two know martial arts? If I may be so bold, I achieved enlightenment quite some time ago. Yes, some time ago, I too became a shining back master with a ka-ching! Akiya-sama isn't without her limits. Shouldn't we at least be able to help with fights on the level of driving away burglars? That can't be true. But then again, maybe it is? Life has its perfect days, times when everything you do goes well. Maybe today is that somehow everything happens according to plan day for Kohaku-san? That's a load of nonsense. They're just being weird, Shion, saying stupid things for no reason. I see. It seems that somehow Tatari has replaced these girls. Shion immediately pulls out her gun. Oh my god. Nissan, this person is a bad influence on Shiki-sama. Shall we give her a proper welcome? Yeah, why is Shiki-san with a woman who carries a gun? Let's punish this playboy Shiki-san together, right here. Saying this, the two strike a pose. Think there exists the slightest possibility you could approach my level? It seems that I must adjust my calculations. With a click, Shion releases the ether light from her bracelet. Why did it end up like this? We'll fight. I have Shiki fight, just because we're comfortable fighting as Shiki. Mega joke ending, here we go. So serious to begin with. Of course I got full meter.
ラウンドファイト
あなたをリベンジ変わりましょう。スイッチ
悪いが終わりだ
Nice parry.
へっちゃらですよ。やられました。いけいけ。失礼。ダッシュ。いけいけ。ダッシュ。それやだ。手やだ。交代です。スイちゃん。おやめください。失礼。
Alright, one down.
全くどうかしてる。
ラウンドツーファイト
もう一度行きます。行きます。もう一度行き失礼します。失礼失礼失礼。いやかわせます。サクサクいきますよ。失礼します。姉さんいつものやっちゃいますよ。
There we go, just killed both of them.
もう
そこまでだ
怒りました。
寝てろ。
Crap, I just... Because the two of them were so strong, we're talking double digits stronger than I thought. I wasn't able to hold back. Sorry, you two, I'll give you first aid and... Huh? Oof. Shiki-sama, how mean. Goodness, you're a boy, so you should be gentle with girls, Shiki-san. You're fine? Even after receiving attacks which would give Nero or Seal Senpai pause, these two are still very lively. Just what are they? Are you two unhurt? Yes. Fortunately, I only seem to have some bruising. What are you saying, Hisui-chan? A bruise is a serious wound for a girl. If you have a bruise, then we have to make Shiki take responsibility. Hisui has some bruises. Kohaku-san is miraculously unhurt. This is weird. This is just weird. It certainly is abnormal. Why am I in this place? Why are you... Shion, didn't you say to come here? Forgive me. As you say, I had a lapse in judgment. We have no business here. We should quickly return to town. If we stay here too long, Tatari will truly be determined. Well, it is helpful you see things that way. I don't feel good leaving these two alone, but it's best if we do so. Alright, the two of us head towards the door. Hoo. That will just not do, Shiki-san. You must take responsibility for hurting Hisui-chan. Huh? And that guest over there said she wanted to meet Akiya-sama. Now that we are here, we may as well guide you. Yes, everything is my joke. Huh? The instant I didn't feel any danger from her was the instant I lost. The sound of something opening at my feet. Huh? A trap! A trapdoor, Shiki! Ah, you planned this, didn't you, Kohaku-san? Down we go, into Path J. Chapter 4. Fight on our blank Hisui, M-M-M-M. Alright, back to Miyako, here we go. To involve even Oni-chan in her evil plans, this Kohaku must be truly a bad person. But even if she is an enemy, she is quite good. It seems like Kohaku and Hisui are plotting something. I wonder what they are saying. Nissan, this is going too far. Not even generous Akiya-sama or Shiki-sama will allow us to get away with this. Oh my, you are quite weak-willed, Hisui-chan. Once begun, we have to see it to the finish, right? We finally have our chance. You are like that Akiya-sama will monopolize Shiki-san. I want you to be set up with Shiki-san and for Akiya-sama to be envious of you two. Enjoy watching the three of you. Come on, our goals are the same, so sisters have to stick together. That is true, but I think something is wrong, Nissan. Nothing is wrong, you have to seize what you want with all your power. Do I not always tell you that if you wish strong enough, what you want will come true? Now that we have decided, we must hurry. Shiki-san and Akiya-sama are most likely escaping from the basement. We have to rely on our door guard. Hisui-chan, are you ready? Yes. If it is that person, then there will soon be a fight. You can't use your usual method to fight your next opponent, Shiki-san! Amazing. Kohaku is amazing. You have to seize what you want with all your power. This is the first time I heard anyone say that with so much passion. Thought I would defeat Kohaku and then meet Oni-chan. That can wait. I want to watch Kohaku a little more. And when I came to, I'm in an earthen hell. I'm at the bottom of some subterranean cave. Some greedy person's forced labor camp. Yeah, but I do need the money. What the heck is that? Zawa. But this isn't the time to be saying stupid things. Crap, just what is Kohaku-san thinking? There's a limit to playing pranks. I think there's something wrong with you if you take this as just some prank. That is true. It's because Nissan is like this that Kohaku and Hisui think they can do such things? What do you mean? Kohaku-san is always mischievous. It doesn't have anything to do with me, Akiya. Wait, what? Why are you here, Akiya? Is it not obvious? I was also made to fall down here by Kohaku. There's no other reason to be here. Oh, I see. For you to fall down here means Kohaku is being pretty indiscriminate. It may be her revenge on Akiya, or maybe she really is raising the flag of rebellion. No, let's not think of such scary things. How come Kohaku made you fall down here? I was told I was put here under your orders. Don't be stupid. I was told it was because they were protecting you. In other words, this girl named Kohaku plotted to remove the both of you. It really is that, then. You have no problem saying difficult things, do you? Because it is the truth. It is my assessment that she has also changed dramatically rather recently. Kohaku is always strange. Do you know anything special about all this? My little sister jumps to the heart of the matter. Yes, she is acting as if possessed by the vampire Tatari. No, it is more accurate to say she's benefiting from Tatari. Vampire? The rumored vampire? Energy without a vessel that can become a vampire. Tatari is something which resides in the form of people's anxiety. It may sometimes reside in those humans who share the same wavelength. In those cases, the ones possessed exhibit no outward change, but everything proceeds along according to their thoughts. Although, This is only an extension of their abilities. What does that mean exactly? For tonight, the one known as Kohaku will be an expert at mostly everything she does. You saw how she fought earlier, right? That is also the backing of Tatari. So if Kohaku-san wanted to snare Akiya, then... Actually, she already did. Then she can. This will not do. I have been treated poorly by Kohaku. I only told them I did not need their opinion on this affair, and that they were not useful, and should just be quiet. And that if they disagreed, they were free to quit. But if they did quit, I wouldn't introduce them to another mansion for work. I only said that because I was worried about them. I do not think Kohaku should be holding a grudge. I'm not holding a grudge from that? What? No, she holds one. She definitely holds one. I do not know what she is thinking, but there is approximately 1 hour before she completely becomes Tatari. At midnight, Tatari will appear, and will not end until morning. Okay, don't we have to do something about Kohaku? If she becomes Tatari, the Tono family will be in deep trouble. Yes, it would mean certain doom for Misaki Town. I will question you later about this woman here, but for now let us work together to stop Kohaku. Her hair flashes red, and Aki becomes full of fury. It's exactly what we need. But the problem is who she will direct that fury against. Yeah, I have to make sure this is not against me for being with Shion. That is correct. It's become the worst case scenario, so I will also help. Yeah, Aki Vermilion time, here we go. Oh, I can see above ground now. What's this? That was pretty easy. Look out, Nissan. These are black keys? Show yourself, Curry. Tono-kun, return to jail. Senpai? You seem a little different, hey? Tono-kun, return to jail. I repeat, Tono-kun, return to jail. It seems you are being manipulated. It appears to be Hisui's work. It is still pretty surprising. Even though you talk so big, you seem to be easily used, Curry-senpai. Tono-kun, return to jail. I repeat, Tono-kun, return to jail. I need to speak with you, Akiya-san. Tono-kun, return to jail. I repeat, I need to speak with you, Akiya-san. Lexi, how did you do that? Oh, it seems you are brainwashed to use any means against anyone except for Nissan. Very well, shall we settle this once and for all? Just stop, shouldn't we be worried about Kohaku-san instead of Senpai? It is useless, Shiki. Until we defeat that agent, we cannot move forward. Leave it to me and her. Please go on ahead, Shiki. We'll fight. Time for Akiya. Here we go. Totally not a wig. Definitely not Lexi, right? Hey.
Round 1. Fight.
Seal has full meter, so I gotta be careful. Seal's arc drive is completely unblockable in this game. There we go. What's kind of neat that some of you might not notice is this version and like almost all versions of Melty Blood actually have different music compared to Actress Again. Actress Again has different like remixed music.
嫌な性格ですちょろちょろとやりなさい
Okay, here we go. I'm supposed to win 3 rounds against Seal.
頭を冷やしなさい
And now I've got my level 300 magic circuit, so here we go.
3ファイ
嫌な性格ですそこ危ないと逃がしませんやってや甘いわ嫌な性格です逃がしません後悔しても遅い
Oh, it didn't grab her.
歌い尽くして差し上げます
No, 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 no. Oh, it didn't quite work.
ちょろちょろと 後悔して遅いわ目障りです余裕なのこれじゃ覚えてなさい行くわよ
Got her. All right.
それではごきげんよう
Yeah, well, it was close that last round. Managed to escape ahead of them, but I wonder if Aka and Shion are going to be okay. What is this killing aura? Administering anesthesia! Ah, that was close. Oh no, you escaped. You were right in front of me, but I failed. A little embarrassing. Kohaku-san, that isn't what you should be embarrassed about. Oh, now what? Since I've been caught like this, I just have to give an even stronger injection? No, that's not it either. I'm sorry, Shiki-san. This will hurt a little bit, so please bear with it. Hey, please stop it with the needle attacks. More fights. I love the song.
やるっていうなら相手に
お手柔らか
ワンファイ
せあせあさすがにまずい
まだまだですめっちゃらですよありましたつかないですやりゃ
せい
めっちゃらですよもう怒りました
She just threw me out of it?
まだだせいせい
まだまだです
Oh, damn.
ダッシュ結構なお手前でした
ラウンド2ファイ
せあ
つかないですダッシュ諦め
悪いが終わりだ
ダッシュ
悪いが終わりだ
つかないですもう怒りました
There we go. 1-1.
まったくどうかしてる
Chat cheering against me, that's not fair.
ファイ
Where's the ban button?
飛べさすがにまずい
まだまだですつかないです
Okay. Gotcha.
やられました
よしなんとかなった
Got you. Kohaku-san, I know you're desperate, but I don't think you could win against me all by yourself. Oh, Shiki-san, it is not like you to not hold back. It all depends on the circumstances. You might not realize it, but you've been possessed by something dangerous. So even if it takes getting rough, you have to be calm tonight. That is too bad. If you joined with me, we could have destroyed this world that Akiya-sama controls together. Boo-hoo. That certainly is a fascinating offer, but best to avoid fights if you have no chance of winning, yeah. The fight is over, Kohaku. It is not like you to directly try and dispose of us, but this is fate. Give up. Well, since you are so smart, you have to know what punishment awaits for traitors. Then Akiya, she's serious. I even feel sorry for Kohaku-san. Here's my chance. Ow! Inattention is your enemy, Shiki-san, and Akiya-sama, the fight has not yet begun. You still insist on resisting? I understand that Nissan did not hold back, since you were possessed by a vampire. You must understand that I will be even harder on you. You and Hisui cannot win against us. Maybe, but I completed the ultimate weapon just in case this happened. Hey, she escaped. Go after her, Nissan. This is our chance to thoroughly beat into her just who is the master around here. Okay, you should hold back at least a little. Strange. When did things become like this? Back to the mansion. Here we go. You have come far, Shiki-san. Akiya-sama and somebody I do not know. Who, huh? But you are a little too late. While you were walking around clueless, I completed the ultimate weapon for the Tono House subjugation plan. What? Ultimate weapon? Kohaku, don't tell me you have biochem weapons? I will not use those kinds of methods. Medicine is for helping people. Please remember that unwritten law of mine. Yeah, sure it is, Kohaku. Enough. Hurry up and use your ultimate weapon or whatever. It's probably some muscle enhancer. So even if you become slightly stronger, you cannot... Firing laser. Wow, look out! That was a laser! A laser! You look like you were having fun, Shiki. But it's a laser! There's no guy out there not excited by cameras or fighters or optical weapons. Enjoy it all you want, but you should take a look at that. That... What? 3 targets confirmed. Initiating attack program. Hisui? Wrong. That is the latent city subjugation weapon Pleasant type, developed in secret from Akiya-sama by the Tono Group Weapons Division. It is also known as Mech Hisui-chan. Hey, Mech Hisui-chan. Discard your weapons. Yeah, lovely. Okay. All systems go. Please inflict an amount of pain that will not be fatal. Executing. Oh, Akiya's serious. Here we go. Well, who did you think it was, Lexi?
One. Fight.
調子に乗らないで。消えなさい。面白い。消えなさい。調子に乗らないで。そこ。調子に乗らないで。書くのはよくて。
Oh, I didn't get a chance to play as her, so I wanted to try it out. Look at that pose, way cooler. Aki Vermilion's way better.
上げます
Oh, I'm losing my edge.
面白い
There we go.
もう戻れないのね
I like that pose at the end from her. It's over. It was a very physically and mentally taxing battle, but it's finally over. The pleasant type weapon Mecha Hisui-chan kneels in the lobby as black smoke rises. System shut down. Executing kamikaze function. Default target lock. Akiya-sama self-destructing. Oh no! Final chapter here. Here we go. Five. The strongest enemy. G. Akiya? Shiki. It was only a flash grenade. Akiya Tono is safe. Hey, secret injection! Oh my god. No! What? What speed? Kohaku sneaks behind Akiya and plunges a needle into her neck. I feel hot. Kohaku, what did you... You two are really strong. I did not think I would have to use this final backup plan. Shiki, get back! That injection was some sort of strengthening drug. The waves emanating from Akiya Tono are increasing. Kohaku-san, what in the world did you do to Akiya? My final backup plan. You and Akiya-san are both strong, right? My strategy is to have you two face off and bring the winner to my side. To your side. You are thinking it is easier to bring Tono Akiya to your side than Shiki, are you not? But Shiki is weak against Akiya Tono, and my siding with Shiki would make things more difficult, so you decided to strengthen Akiya Tono. Correct answer. Mech Hisui-chan was merely the opening performance. And now for the climax, Shiki-san. Don't be ridiculous, Kohaku. Why do I have to fight Nissan? Well, you know. Kohaku-san grins like a mischievous cat. There's a strange noise coming from Akiya as she breathes painfully. Huh? What? Wait, this can't be happening. Shihan's dizzy. Passes out. All done! It's a success! The solution to the 21st century's hunger problem. Well, Kohaku, just what did you do? Just what did you inject me with? Aki's voice booms throughout the lobby. It doesn't sound very human. Well, it's so loud, it's only natural. What, Lexi, are you into giantess or something? Looking it up on Rule 34? Oh, this? Its sample name is Makikyu-X. It is a rare item made from a mixture of wormwood, brandy, scallops, shrimp, and various leftover chemical substances from these past 5 years, and then divided in half. It is used to enlarge living things, as if magnifying them. Akiya-sama is now a giant, with everything given a 10 times power-up. Ah, I get it now. That's why her clothes got larger too. Doesn't make any sense. Don't just casually accept things, Nissan. In the first place, I cannot approve of such an omission where only the upper half of my body appears on screen. That can't be helped, can it? If your entire body was shown, this would turn into more of a shooting game rather than a fighting game. Yes, it is unfortunate. We cannot show you how poorly you walk now. But please rest assured, Akiya-sama, as you are now, your chest and below has to be in the basement, right? In this position, no one can point out your chest proportions. Kohaku, have you prepared your will yet? The giant Akia roars. From now on, let's call her G Akia. Oh my, that will not do, Akia-sama. The effects of the drug are somewhat permanent. Because of the Makikyu X, you will remain as G Akia-sama. However, I do have an anti-Mikakyu X called Tonaman Z. What are you trying to say, Kohaku? I think there's a joke in there, I don't know, because I'm not familiar with Japanese or something. It is best for you to listen to my request if you want to return to your original body. No, you can say that if you wish to remain as G Akia-sama your entire life, you can just bake and burn me right here. Grind. Akia grinds her teeth with incredible chagrin. Amazing. Even the grinding of her teeth is overwhelming. Wait, this isn't the time to be a spectator? Well, in other words, I'm going to have to end up fighting that. Alright, let's run away. Shion, while Akia and Kohaku-san are talking, we can... It's useless. The sheer absurdity of the situation has fried Shion's brain. She neatly crumbles to the floor. Now let's go, Jiakia-sama. Unless you beat Shiki-san and lock him in the dungeon, I will not give you the antidote to return you to normal. Enough already. I have no choice. Nissan, I have no ill will against you. I will have to beat you up. Are you serious? Stop it, Akia. The house will break. The house will break. In that case, you should just surrender without resisting. She's serious now? Jiakia attacks. Shion is still unconscious behind me. Dang. All I can do is fight? Here we go. This is the hard one. But I know I figured out a tactic from last time I was
っ
playing.
ていうなら相手になる。
ラウンド1ファイ
全然効きません。吹き飛ばしてあげます。吹き飛ばしてあげます。吹き飛ばしてあげます。吹き飛ばしてあげます。全然効きません。ショコマがうるさい。吹き飛ばしてあげます。吹き飛ばしてあげます。ショコマがうるさい。全然効きません。
いった。
全然効きません。吹き飛ばしてあげます。ショコマ
Oh, she got invisible from that. Yeah, how many resets am I gonna have to do, right?
全然効きません。ショコマがうるさい。全然効きません。
ああ、き
吹き飛ばしてあげます。ショコマがうるさい。全然効きません。吹き飛ばしてあげます。ショコマがうるさい。吹き飛ばしてあげます。全然効きません。吹き飛ばしてあげます。ショコマがうるさい。吹き飛ばしてあげます。吹き飛ばしてあげます。全然効きません。
You do, audience, place your bets. Yeah, I lost already. I knew it was useless. It's invincible. I fly through the air. Jiakia shakes the earth. That is as far as you go, Nissan. I finally defeated Nissan. Yes, time for you to go to sleep. Congratulations, Akia-sama. You now have Shiki-san at the palm of your hand. It may be a different method, but one befitting of the head of the Tono family. Of course, as the head, I cannot be choosy about which method to win, as long as the results are acceptable. Even this joke is allowable. It does feel a little good, so I will overlook your disruption. Yay, you are in high spirits, Akia-sama. I like you this way the best. Kohaku-san continues to cheer on Jiakia. Get a hold of yourself, little sister. You're being completely fooled by Kohaku-san. Ah, she's here. A rather energetic Jiakia is coming. I close my eyes with a feeling of resignation. In the end, I was returned to this underground kingdom. I have no way of stopping those two on their rampage. I offer a silent prayer for Masaki Town going up in flames. I'm sorry, everyone. I tried hard. I really did. So, what's kind of funny about Jiakia is all of the moves she's doing are like exactly that of Apocalypse from the X-Men Capcom games. Like, because you fight Apocalypse as a boss. He does like all the exact same moves. Yeah, let's try again here.
ラウンド1ファイ
吹き飛ばしてあげます全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます死ぬ全然効きません全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい死にチョコモカうるさい
Man.
ラウンド2ファイ
チョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい全然効きません全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます
Got one round.
どうかしてる
The trick is to be ready for another jump cancel in case it's not safe to land.
全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます
ああ効いた
全然効きません全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい全然効きません全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい
No.
全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげます
Oh, I landed on her punch. Damn. That's a loss.
全然効きません
Blue wins. Yeah.
恨みっこはなしだからな
ラウンド1ファイ
全然効きません全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい全然効きません全然効きません吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさいチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます全然効きませんくせに全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます
さすがにまずい
All right. There we go. There we go.
よしなんとかなった
ラウンド2ファイ
吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげます全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい全然効きません全然効きませんチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます吹き飛ばしてあげますチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます全然効きませんチョコモカうるさいチョコモカうるさい吹き飛ばしてあげます
There we go. Nice. This game does have parry, yeah, but it works differently than the other Melty Bloods. Just stay still. The fight is over. You may deny it, but at this rate, I can only win. Enough. Calm down and stop listening to Kohaku-san. That is not true. With this power-up, I cannot lose against you, Nissan. Even though she won't hit me, she pounds her fists up and down. Sheesh. Akia's hatred of losing makes her lose composure. Akia, you can't call that a power-up. No matter how much stronger you get, it's meaningless if you can't touch me. And your attacks are pretty wild. Since you offer a bigger target, I have a better chance of hitting you. Simply put, it's just like chopping down a large tree. You're so worn out, all you can do is throw a temper tantrum. After such humiliation, I'm not even able to defeat Nissan? Akia collapses forward. No matter how powered up, Akia-sama is still Akia-sama. No matter what you say, Shiki-san, she will always be weak to it. You will regret this, Kohaku. As soon as I regain my strength, I will flatten you. Please do not be unreasonable. In any case, Akia-sama, The effects of the drug will not last much longer, you know? Wait. I feel weak. The sound of rushing air. Akia's giant body shrinks to its normal size. You tricked me, Kohaku. You said it would be permanent, so I did as you said. You're mistaken, Akia-sama. Did I not say the drug was somewhat permanent? Because I said somewhat, that meant you would return to normal, right? You thief, cat, shakes. Ah, Akia fell. Then it is futile, Akia-sama. Certainly the effects of the drug were only temporary, but it really was enough time. If you were serious about chasing Shiki-san as you were about cats you do not like, then he would already be in the dungeon by now. Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. Well, Kohaku-san, you have run out of options, so I expect you to calm down. Cats she doesn't like, by the way, is totally Arcoid. Shion's thought processes have shut down after seeing so many incomprehensible things. In other words, she passed out. Akia lies on the floor, breathing painfully. She's either exhausted or it's the side effects of Kohaku's strange drug. Ooh, Shiki-san, are you serious? Of course I am. You're now caught, so you have to take responsibility for the mess you've caused. No way! That is why I have my final attack. I will settle this myself. With a swishing noise, Kohaku pulls out a needle from her kimono. Not this again. Hoo. I will not be as easy on you as I was Akia-sama. I will show you a fighting hell which would melt the blizzards of Siberia. Kohaku-san swiftly injects the needle. Huh? Sound of a resounding foot stomp. Huh? Kohaku-san cheerfully flies into a wall. The intruder who broke through the glass window and sent Kohaku-san flying with a single attack is 5, the truly strongest enemy. Oh, my sister. Miyako-chan. Without a doubt, it's Miyako-chan, the eldest daughter of the Arimas, family I've been living with since I was 9 until last year. She was my younger sister. Stare. Translation. Good evening, Oni-chan. Wow, she really is having difficulty. I'm fond of her, but it seems like she hates me. She's always glaring at me like this. Hi. I'll hear about why you're here later, but you really helped me out. I try and speak to her, but as usual, Miyako-chan responds like usual. Stare. Translation. I came here because you wouldn't come over and play, Oni-chan. Her eyes tell me she wants to say something, but she just glares. I feel like she's going to just headbutt me in the stomach or something. Stare. Translation. I thought we were going to eat watermelon. We have great watermelon in my house, you know? Miyako-chan, is she going to attack? I'm on the lookout for her usual charge, but this time she seems a little different. Translation. Oh no. I knew I wouldn't be able to talk. I can't unless he says something first. It's always like this, so I get frustrated. I don't know why, but I know I have to bring Oni-chan back today. Miyako-chan, hello, anybody home? Translation. Not yet. Maybe it's better to let Oni-chan talk. But we have to go back together. He's surrounded by bad people. But if he says he won't go back, what do I do? What is this headache? My temples throb. There's something not good in front of me. That's a spider sense that's tingling. Is it the vampire that possessed Kohaku-san? No, I never sensed that from Kohaku-san. This is... Mumble. Oni-chan. Mumble. You have to take what you want by force. Mumble. I want to become a master. Mumble. Kohaku is a bad person, but she said something good. Mumble. I want a big mansion. Mumble. Miyako-chan? Yeah! Miyako-chan slams a foot into the ground. The foot stomp looked like it was from the Baji Quan style, but it wasn't like anything before. It was a foot stomp that truly rocked the earth. Oni-chan, I have reached my enlightenment. I challenge you to a match. Huh? No complaining. If I win, you have to come back home with me. Yet another resounding foot stomp. Managed to evade Miyako-chan's charge by a hair's breadth. Ow! Whoa, barely dodging caused my whole arm to swell. Yay, not even you can defeat my Baji-kwan. Sounding truly happy, Miyako-chan loudly assumes a firm stance. I'm glad all that grueling training has paid off. If things were a little different, I'd be rejoicing with her. Why is everything so confusing? It seems all of a sudden the girl in front of me truly become a master at Kenpo. Let me repeat that. It seems all of a sudden the girl in front of me has truly become a master at Kenpo. Wait, does that mean she's the strongest enemy? I'm coming, so you better get serious, Oni-chan. Without any movements to give her away, Baji-kwan Miyako-chan rushes in like a gale. Gah! There's no need to say it. If I hold back against Miyako-chan as she is now, I'll be killed. I feel sorry for her, but I have no choice but to be a little rough. Here we go.
やるっていうなら相手に
Look at Kohaku in the background.
ワンファイト
寝てろ よし、なんとかなった。
Alright, one round done.
ファイト
Uh-oh. Damn, that did a lot of chip damage. Damn. Yeah, I've got full meter though.
ファイナルラウンドファイト
Oh, I just went through his super armor. Ooh, that was close.
そこまでだ。寝てろ。
There we go. Huh? With a start, the ball of energy that was Miyako-chan freezes. Miyako-chan? She falls to her knees. At the same time, a black haze disperses from her body. Was that the vampire Tatari? My headache is gone now. Maybe it's case closed? Isn't it? Has she lost consciousness? She's just sitting there. I don't really want to see what's around me. Behind me is the lobby destroyed by G. Akia. Akia lying on the ground, and the wall ornament Kohaku-san. Ah! Oh, Miyako-chan. Are you awake? Her mind may be a little fuzzy. She just stares at her hands. And a few minutes pass. I was beat up by Oni-chan. Well, I couldn't help it. Your attacks were so amazing. I couldn't even hold back. Sounds like a poor excuse. Aww. Hey, Miyako-chan, where are you going? I was beat up by Oni-chan. She ran away. Miyako-chan ran away while trying to hold back her tears. She's still just a kid after all. No way, if I had held back, I would have joined Kohaku-san on the wall. Yeah, it's better just to think this is the best result. More importantly, what do I do about this disaster? Akira probably doesn't need any first aid. As for Kohaku-san on the wall, well, maybe this will help her reflect on her actions. All that's left is... Shiki, what do we do about this disaster? Oh, you're awake, Shion. That's good. It just ended. Akira is back to normal, and Kohaku-san, well, she's like that. See, and it was not a dream after all. Yes, it is said the night of Tatari is a nightmare, but it was quite the extraordinary nightmare. I feel the same way. Hey Shion, is Kohaku-san okay now? Yes, she's no longer acting as Tatari's antenna. In the first place, she was only a receiver, as a third party believing she was a witch was necessary. Because this third party believed Kohaku was an incredible plotter and inventor, she received all those mysterious abilities. It seems that third party is no longer here. Unfortunately, Tatari will no longer occur in this town. Just read your comment, Lexi. Is that like, if I beat you, that's what you're gonna say? I lost to Oni-chan, and you're gonna run away? Unfortunately, what do you mean, unfortunately? I meant for me. With Tatari gone, I cannot gain any results. I have no more reason to stay in town. Shiki, I have removed the ether light from you. With this, we are no longer connected. Let us say goodbye. Yeah, but Shion, you still have to fulfill your goals, right? It is not a matter of fulfilling, as I am now no longer able to fulfill them. It's meaningless to say I'm unsatisfied. Time is precious, so I must be going. Even if it was only for a short time, I thank you for your help. That may be what happens, we'll see. Unless you beat me. Wait, Shion. Shion does not stop. Along with the enigmas of this summer, she disappears without anything being brought to light. It's a shame, but if she says she has no business here, see the girl off that I spent only a short time with. And behind me? Ugh, God of the Spear is no exaggeration. Li Shu Wen, you are so strong. Kohaku, get rid of that drug. No, it is destructive. The problem is actually the shortness of duration. The two of them hold a conversation as they talk in their sleep in the ruins of the lobby. What a horrible nightmare. Horrible. It's quite alright if I leave the two of them alone. What I need to worry about is apologizing to Miyako-chan, who left in tears. Come to think of it, where's Hisui? In any case, this too is a Midsummer Night's Dream. There we go. That was it. That was the last ending. The joke ending. To end all joke endings. Thanks for watching, everybody. All the people on Twitch and on YouTube, appreciate it. It's fun just doing this kind of stuff with you guys. Red Earth? Oh god. I actually take votes on Twitter when I'm in between different games. So I'll put up a vote on Twitter after tonight, so you'll be able to see it. Red Earth is not going to be on there. Neither is Warzard. Don't try and trick me. I know they're the same game. But you'll be able to vote on a game. This one actually won the vote by a landslide, so. But also, this is the first time I've had to do a story mode. The other ones were all arcade modes. So I'll probably be going back to an arcade mode. The arcade mode parts, the majority of it is just the frustration of just dying over and over to the AI computer. That's a madhouse. That's like the biggest frustration of it, but this one wasn't really that bad like that. So we're going back to that frustration, like if I go in Mortal Kombat, I have to beat, you know, Goro and just get my ass kicked nonstop. You'll see that kind of stuff. I don't know what game we're doing up next though.